Thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Your game is coming up next. But here's some information from the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
6 easy ways to become an MVP. And by MVP, we mean most valuable parent. Like all of us, the parents of high school athletes tend to protect their children from adversity, or they overly involve themselves by advocating for their success. But when they do, they're negating the value of participating in high school sports. Among other lessons, high school sports teach teenagers to take nothing for granted, how to overcome obstacles, and that an extraordinary commitment of time and effort is required in order to reach goals and experience achievement. High school sports also encourage independence and self-sufficiency, attributes that are needed to be successful in life. It's natural for parents to love their children, and it's important to support them in as many ways as possible. With this in mind, here are 6 easy ways that you can be the MVP of your child's high school team. Number 1, attend your children's games as often as possible. Nothing demonstrates interest and involvement more than being there. And be sure to invite Grandma and Grandpa to come along with you. Number 2, cheer for all the kids on the team, not just your own. Here's a test for you. Do you know all of the players on your child's team? Could you say hello to them by their first name? Embracing the entire team is a great way to show that your interest is sincere. Number 3, be a resource for your child's team. Does a teammate need help with transportation? Is the team trying to raise money for new uniforms? Is someone needed to organize a pizza party before the tournament starts? Maybe you can help. Number 4, try not to criticize the coach or the officials in front of your child. Hey, you're human, and there may be times when you need to vent. But be careful when and to whom you do it. Criticizing the coaching staff undermines its credibility and tends to put your child in the middle. And games are seldom won or lost because of an official's call. Remember, coaches and officials are objective. Most parents are not. Empower your child to talk with the coach about concerns. Everybody wants more playing time, and understandably so. But encourage your children to have that conversation with their coaches instead of you doing it for them. Giving teenagers the confidence and conviction to speak up for themselves is one of the greatest benefits of participating in high school sports. Number 6, focus on the life lessons your children are learning, not on win-loss records or how many points they're scoring. According to the NCAA, only about 2% of all high school athletes win a sports scholarship, and the average value of it is less than $11,000. But every child will benefit from the lessons they've learned as a result of participating in high school sports for the rest of their lives. It's difficult being the parent of a high school athlete. There's far more emotion and social pressure involved than is ideal. But if you follow these 6 pointers, not only will your children love and respect you, but so will their teammates and coaches. And you might even be named MVP. Thank you for your support of high school athletics in Indiana. Stay tuned now. The Indiana SRN game is next. Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Time to put away those Thanksgiving leftovers. Why, you ask? Well, because we've got a new menu to serve up. And hello again, everyone, and welcome to another exclusive webcast presentation of Greenwood Christian Academy basketball on the family of networks, Indiana SRN. Steve McClure along with Drake Wally greeting you from the Dr. Charles Lake Gymnasium on the campus of Greenwood Christian Academy, where the Class 1A third-ranked Cougars take on the number 7 Waldron Mohawks. Our pregame show is brought to you by the Morales Group, building futures one story at a time. Thankful indeed, and we trust you had a filling Thanksgiving with friends and family. And now we turn the page. It's time to get back to what we do best. Just to catch you up on the season thus far, the Cougars under ninth-year coach Alan Weems comes into this afternoon's matchup with a win-loss record of 4-1. Their only setback 9 days ago to Class 4A Center Grove. Previous to that, GCA reeled off easy wins against Shortridge, Triton Central, Decatur Central, and Edinburgh. Meanwhile, Waldron under fourth-year coach Anthony Thomas is off to a fast start, sporting a 4-0 record, including an opening season win against Class 4A Shelbyville, 58-52. Over the past 15 years, the Mohawks hold a slight edge in the head-to-head series with GCA at 5-4. Waldron has only one senior on its squad this season, and they're getting balanced scoring with these three players in double figures: Lauren Thomas, Hadley Ross, and Bella Larson. For GCA, Cougars headline continues to be senior Izzy Reed, averaging 25 points per clip and 15 rebounds a game, with plenty of support from Brooklyn Stubblefield, Ellie Bigelow, and Savannah Fry. Savannah will not be available today as she's been held out and in quarantine. Let's bring in my broadcast partner, Drake Wally, now and get his early look at today's game. How are you, my friend? Good to see you.
Oh, it's good to see you, too. Just excited to be here on a Saturday afternoon, and even all the crazy stuff that's happening, you just can't stop Indiana basketball.
Sunshine galore and abundance outside, and we come inside on a Saturday afternoon, 2 days after the holiday. I trust you had a good one, my friend.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And, had plenty of turkey, had plenty of good times and a lot of relaxation. And so it's natural that, I'm ready to get into some basketball here.
Some very unusual times that we live in, and we're taking one step at a time in the IHSAA, and a lot of activity going on in Lucas Oil Stadium between the Class 1A all the way through Class 6A programs. And we saw last night what happened with 3 wins. And today, Covenant Christian, one of our partner schools, is battling for a 1A stamp championship. But Drake, the Cougars are going to be placed shorthanded again today, especially with Savannah Fry out. But as I said to you earlier, the team has the capability to go the distance and just grind it out.
Well, we talked about it with Triton Central. They were able to, go in undermanned at an away place and win. And if anybody can get it done, it's the Cougars. And Chloe Greider, she's got plenty of floor experience. She's gonna. I think she's a good plug and play. So I think that they're gonna get through this. They just have to stay out of foul trouble because they only have 2 bench players.
All right, then we're going to step aside for our national anthem, and when we return, we'll have our starting lineups. You're watching Cougar basketball, powered by Indiana SRN.
Faith in a company is extremely important, and Johnson Mello puts their money where their mouth is. In the past several years, we've, as a company, had tithed, which is pretty unheard of.
Things from donating equipment to churches, helping non-for-profits, helping wounded warriors, working with the Catholic community, the churches, a lot of people that may be even struggling that help daycares, help children come into this industry. So we do a lot of donations back to the community, but also our workers and our team also helps in those projects.
Piper Group Warehouse has a strong commitment to their clients as their logistics provider. If you would like to discover how you can improve your service levels while lowering your overall cost, Piper Logistics Group can help. Call Greg Piper today at 317-396-3916. Piper Logistics Group.
Hey, it's Keith Myers from Indiana Sports Radio Network. Well, thank you that you're watching the game tonight on Indiana SRN. If you would like to know more information about Indiana SRN, send me an email, coach@indianasrn.org. As vice president of this company, we hope that you sit back and enjoy the game. It's Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.indianasrn.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Welcome back, everybody, here at Greenwood Christian Academy on the campus of the GCA Cougars, as the Cougars get set to take on Class 1A, number 7, the Mohawks of Waldron High School. The GCA Cougars coming into tonight's game with a record of 4-1, Waldron at 4-0. Let's take a look at our starting lineups now for today's game. First, for the visiting Waldron Mohawks. Starting at one forward, wearing number 12, is Hadley Ross. At the other forward spot, a 5'7" junior, number 24, Nicole Garner. At center, a 5'9" junior, number 32, Bella Larison. At one guard, a 5'5" junior, number 21 in Megan Bogeman. And the only senior on the team, a 5'4" senior, and wearing number 22 is Lauren Thomas. The Mohawks are coached by Anthony Thomas, now in his 4th season for Waldron. For the Greenwood Christian Academy Cougars, starting at one forward, it'll be the senior in 5'9", Izzy Reed. At the other forward spot, it'll be Dory Odell, the 5'10" junior. 3 guards today will include Brooklyn Stubblefield, Ellie Bigelow, and Chloe Greider. Tip is in the air and controlled by Greenwood Christian Academy. The Cougars dressed in their home whites, trimmed in the navy blue and silver. The Mohawks in their away blue jerseys. And here is Brooklyn Stubblefield from the right side on a 15-footer, and she got it. Brooklyn Stubblefield gives the GCA Cougars a 2-0 lead. Other end of the floor, Bella Larson quickly under the hoop, and that's going to be trouble there, Drake, with her size.
Well, you know, they traded off field goals right away, and here comes Stubblefield again.
Rise down the lane, up and good off the back of the glass.
They need a big game from Stubblefield because, oh, well, there you go. You just got yourself a steal.
Here's Stubblefield with a steal up the court on a 15-footer jumper, no good. Pulled down there by Waldron. Going the other way is Hadley Ross.
Was saying they're going to have to get a game from Stubblefield here because Savannah Fry, as we were talking about, is the number 2. So you're probably going to see Izzy Reed get double-teamed. So they're going to have somebody else produce out there.
Man-to-man defense as far as the Cougars are concerned. And here's a 3 from outside, nailed there by Nicole Garner. And the Mohawks have their first lead of the game at 5-4.
Well, and we're going to have to see just what Izzy Reed's going to be able to do here. She's got one-on-one right now.
Here's Izzy Reed down the lane, and contact made. This foul will go against Nicole Garner, her first team foul, number 1. And I said to you earlier, if Izzy Reed can get to the free throw line 12 to 15 times, it's going to give the Cougars a good chance.
Well, and you know, when you shoot such a high percentage, the more you get to the free throw line, the better it's going to be for you.
High above the balcony here. We remain quiet while Izzy Reed knocks down that first free throw. All tied at 5 apiece. If you're just joining us. Big smile on her face, bounce toward us, and on in it goes. 6-5 GCA as Izzy Reed gets her first 2 points of the game and a 1-point advantage.
Well, you expect GCA to come out strong. They always do, but they're really going to get tested, Steve, in the second half because they have about 3 fewer and 2 people who are on the team now that are just very, very inexperienced.
Nicole Garner outside the three-point line has the ball tipped away, stolen by Ellie Bigelow. Up the floor she comes. She'll wait for help now. Gives it off to Bigelow, left wing. Outside the perimeter, now starts to drive toward the middle.
Nice
Inside they go to Bigelow, and last touch there by Bigelow, out of bounds on the turnover.
Now, Stubblefield's shown she can be the floor general. I mean, she takes control of that offense. But there's no one, I think, tougher on this floor right now than Ellie Bigelow, and she played some great defense on that last possession from Waldron.
Bigelow was held to 10 points in that game against Center Grove, played in a lot of foul trouble. So that's one thing today, that there's a drive down the hoop, and Hadley Ross has her first bucket of the game, and the Mohawks go up by 1, 7-6. A reach-in foul going to go against Waldron as contact made there by Lauren Thomas.
Boy, Anthony Thomas was not happy about that, but Stubblefield just barreled into her, and, Steve, we've noticed that these GCA girls, they can draw fouls.
Far side as Stubblefield will inbound, gives it off to Ellie Bigelow. 5.5 minutes remaining here in the opening period. Way outside for a 3, no good. And pulled down on the rebound there by Bogeman. Stolen at the other end of the floor. Up court quickly. Izzy, stop, and good. And a timeout going to be called by Anthony Thomas as the GCA Cougars on that fast break from Bigelow to Izzy Reed and put it down for the 1-point advantage.
Well, and it was good defense from Bigelow. She might have turned it over that, on that one possession, Steve, but she already has 2 steals, and we're not even 3 minutes into the first quarter, so they need this kind of momentum. They got to get out to a lead quick and try to maintain it throughout the whole game.
Quick 30-second timeout being told by Coach Anthony Thomas for Waldron. There has been 3 lead changes in the game thus far here in the first 2 minutes and 40 seconds of play. Again, the pace of the game has a little bit faster than I anticipated.
Yeah, I really expected GCA to maybe try to run a little slower here in Waldron to go quicker, but it's kind of been the opposite, Steve, so we'll see what changes.
It's just not part of their DNA.
Exactly.
So, anyway.
Pandemic or not, they still go full throttle. So,
Lauren Thomas being guarded out there heavily by Brooklyn Stubblefield. Bogeman starts to get inside. Left hand up and good. Nice assist there, and the bucket goes to Hadley Ross. 9-8 now in
that
favor
double
of
team we were talking
Mohawks.
about.
Here is Izzy Reed getting to the basket, and they're going to call a travel against her, so the turnover will give the ball back to the Mohawks.
Boy, Bella Larson, she jumped.
We're having a discussion already early in the game between Anthony Thomas and one of the officials, and I think they gave him a warning.
Well, it's a little early in the game to be yelling.
I think so, but they did.
I get it. It's very intense, but what I was saying is, like, Bella Larson, boy, she jumped right down on the double team, and it was very difficult for Izzy Reed to do anything but travel.
Here's Bogeman outside, starting to dribble her way, gives it off to Larson, and she goes down in the left corner. Shot on the way from outside, no good. And the ball will go out of bounds. No, saved there by Izzy Reed. Here comes Ellie Bigelow to the basket, and she travels.
This is what they can ill afford, Steve. Turnovers and fouls are the 2 things that if they limit, they don't have a choice. They have to limit it. They just don't have the staff today. So we're going to have to see.
Ellie did not have numbers there. She should have pulled it up and started the offense, but she dragged that foot. 9-8, 4 minutes exactly remaining here in the first period.
Oh, good defense from Izzy Reed, man.
Garner has the ball knocked away, picked up by Izzy Reed. 2-on-2 break. Bigelow down in the right corner. Shot on the way, good. Give the assist there to Brooklyn Stubblefield. And the corner shot by Ellie Bigelow, her first bucket of the game.
Boy, Stubblefield's done a great job on defense and running the floor.
10-9, GCA by 1. Stubblefield crashes in there, and more contact made.
It's a foul on it. Looks like
24, maybe.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a foul on GCA. I'm like, wait a second.
32, excuse me. Larson picks up her first foul. That's team foul number 3, and I'll be quiet now as Izzy Reed shoots free throws. First one is good. Izzy 3 for 3 on the day.
Well, and see, something that probably doesn't get said enough about free throws is it stops all the momentum.
It does.
It gives you a chance to really slow everything down.
See, Reed eyes the basket in the air, good. And the Cougars have their biggest lead of the game at 12-9.
Well, Steve, if it was that quiet for me shooting free throws, I don't even know if I'd hit the rim.
3.5 minutes remaining, and the Cougars have a 3-point lead, 12-9. Shot on the way down the lane, no good there by 22, Lauren Thomas, their senior. Brooklyn Stubblefield behind the back dribble. Picked up on the defense there by Bogeman. Now they come back out on front.
Well, if you look down there, Nicole Gardner's playing incredibly tight defense against Izzy Reed, and Brooklyn Stubblefield's very unhappy with that call.
Chloe Greider gets called for a screen and a foul, so GCA will give it up. Greider, of course, getting the start today for Savannah Fry, who's been held out because of the quarantine, in addition to 4 other players. So we've got to get these kids healthy.
She's done a good job against Ross down low. She's done pretty good on defense.
Here's a 3 from way outside, no good. Rebounded there by Izzy Reed. That shot missed by Bogeman, averaging 10 points per game. Stubblefield gives it off to Bigelow, left wing. Waits for a screen, gives it off to Greider. Greider looking inside for Izzy. Left hand up, no good. And Odell has a rebound for GCA. Now a 3 by Brooklyn Stubblefield, and she buries it.
That was incredible ball movement. Great offensive rebound. Pass from Dory, pass from Chloe Greider. Of course, then there's a point.
Other end of the floor, a quick hoop there. This one by Mackenzie Shaw, who just came into the game for the Mohawks. Greider gives it off to Bigelow.
That's going to be the matchup right there to watch, is Garner versus Izzy Reed one-on-one.
15-11 in favor of GCA as we go under 2 minutes to play here in the opening period. Here's Bigelow from outside for 3. Rims out. Pulled down on the rebound by Lauren Thomas. Quickly up court.
Oh, almost a travel.
She traveled, didn't she? No.
Pretty close.
Rebound by Izzy Reed on the missed shot there by Shaw. Here comes Stubblefield.
Well, Stubblefield has been the one with the hot hand.
She is an aggressive player. Izzy Reed holds it up now. Let's start to rework the engine here. Ryder, left side, gives it off to Stubblefield outside the perimeter. 1:15 remaining here in the first period. Thanks again for joining us on SRN.
That 2-3 zone is really trying to force GCA to take the outside shots.
Ryder being patient, gives off to Bigelow. Now back to Greider with a shot. 15-feeter, no good. Hand on it, pulled down there.
Wow, Dory
by
Odell's wide open.
Yeah, she
Stubblefield
was.
just didn't see her.
Inside shot coming in here. Contact made.
Another travel.
Another travel. My gosh, they're double teaming her every time they get into the paint. And this time, Anthony Thomas will reinsert Bella Larson into the game, along with 23 Shelby Fuel for the first time. We go under 1 minute to play. 15-11, GCA with a 4-point advantage.
They played well for having so many turnovers, Steve.
Yep. Outside shot is a 15-footer knocked down there by Mackenzie Shaw, coming off the bench to score 4 points.
Yeah. What's going to really be GCA's Achilles heel is if Waldron can get the bench going too.
Again, they play catch on the outside of the perimeter. Bella Bigelow waiting for Izzy Reed. Good. Now here comes Bigelow toward the hoop. Shot 15, shoot, good. And Stubblefield is keeping this GCA team on top.
Other than Bigelow with 2 points, it's only been Reed and Stubblefield to put the points on the board. They have 15 of the 17.
9 points for Stubblefield here in the opening quarter. And we'll count it down. With that will bring us to the end of the first quarter of play with our score. Greenwood Christian Academy 17 and Waldron 13. And you're watching Cougar Basketball, powered by Indiana SRN.
More fixing, more finding, more being original. Unique like this, trendy like that. More designing this, arranging that. More saving, and then more making it happen. More of your space looking like this, and more of you feeling like that. More excitement, more savings, more furniture, more rugs, more flooring. More affordable luxury from RG Decor.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the Indiana SRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Welcome back, everybody, here at Greenwood Christian Academy. Steve McClure along with Drake Wally. Major Health Partners is a leading healthcare provider for patients, not only in Shelby County, Indiana, but also the southeastern part of the state. Glad to have them along as one of our sponsors today here on Indiana SRN. And the Mohawks quickly down the lane on a layup. This will go to Megan Bogeman, her first hoop of the game, and the foul went against Elliot Bigelow.
Yeah, it's getting a chance to convert a three-point play here, get them within one.
Again, the Mohawks have good size. Three players 5'9" or better. 17-15 now in favor of GCA. Bigelow down the lane, has it partially blocked. Picked up there on the scoop by Shelby Fuel. Here comes the Mohawks. Down the lane, up and good. And quickly, now the hoop by Lauren Thomas has tied the game at 17 apiece.
Oh, and this is when, you know, the Cougars, kind of like you said, we were surprised they started out so hot and so quickly. They really, you know, right now need to get themselves back together, slow everything down, and get the lead again.
Here's Bigelow trying to get inside. Now Izzy Reed back to Stubblefield. Outside the arc, they bring it to the middle of the floor between the two circles. Here's Stubblefield trying to get it inside to Izzy Reed. Double team back to Ellie Bigelow for a three, no good. Over the top, rebound by Izzy Reed and bapping in. Talk about double team and extra effort there by Izzy Reed.
You just can't keep her out of the play. She'll force herself in there and get the offensive rebound. Just when you thought you had a stopped possession, she'll get two. 8
points now for Izzy Reed, 9 for Stubblefield. Larson from the corner on a shot, no good. Rebounded, and another three outside. This one missed by Bogeman and pulled down by Stubblefield.
Good pass already out to Ellie Bigelow.
GCA coming toward the basket. Stubblefield stops. Needs help. Gives it off to Ryder. Now between the circles as they start to set something up. Izzy Reed looking for help. Now back to Ellie Bigelow.
Well, they're playing off of Grider a little bit, and, you know, it'd be interesting to see if she could actually hit that three, because that'd change the whole game if she could start hitting some threes out there.
She did have a nice shot there in the first quarter. Missed barely, but she did get a shot off. Here's Izzy Reed down the lane. Down the lane, and let's see what we call here. Another contact foul made against Mohawks, and this will be their fourth team foul of the game. Let's see, this will go against Bella Larson. That's her second, Drake.
Well, we've been talking about how they were going to smother Izzy Reed and force others to score, and that's exactly what's happened. It's gotten her to the line.
Reed with her first two. She's got it. She's now 5 for 5 at the stripe. One more coming here. GCA with a 3-point advantage, 20-17. Her routine never changes at the line, and she nails it again.
25%, Steve. 25% of their points have come from the charity stripe and Izzy Reed's free throw shooter.
81% free throw shooter. There's a timeout on the floor, and we'll take it with them. You're watching Cougar Basketball, powered by Indiana SRN. go out to Craig Reed and the squared advisors of Raymond James. Our principal belief is that everything begins with a well-designed financial plan. We're highly adept at seeing the big picture of your financial life and then addressing all the details. Make that plan work, including identifying and receiving the gaps that may previously been overlooked. From the left corner, a triple buried there by 21 Megan Bogeman. And the game now tied for the third time at 20 apiece. Here's Stubblefield down the lane, and it's going to be an offensive foul against Brooklyn.
Yeah, she hurled herself in there with with blind regard, and, I respect the tenacity, but, unfortunately, Bogeman had her feet planted and drew the charge.
Third team foul against GCA. Just joining us, 5:21 remaining here in the opening half. GCA with 20 and Waldron with 20.
Well, Steve, there's an interesting statistic here. 6 people have scored for Waldron where, GCA has got essentially 3.
Yeah.
But that's just the numbers.
There's another shot from the left corner by Bogeman, no good. Here's Ellie Bigelow to the basket. And contact made there between 22, Lauren Thomas and Ellie Bigelow. She'll get to the free throw line here to shoot free throws. First free throw in the air is no good. Bigelow, a 77% free throw shooter, was fouled in the act of shooting. We're all knotted at 20 apiece with 5:03 remaining in the first half. Bigelow's second free throw is perfect, and GCA regains the lead, 21-20.
Well, now you got Shaw that just came in for Thomas. Thomas is in foul trouble, so we're going to see how Waldron's offense is going to shift because Thomas has been hot.
Garner with the basketball, gives it off to Bogeman. Down the left corner they go to Larson. Now brings it back up on top for another three. This one no good.
Wow.
By Bogeman. Still a second shot.
Good defense.
Finally rebounded by Izzy Reed. Here's Brooklyn Stubblefield to the basket, up and good.
That was too easy for Stubblefield.
11 points for Brooklyn and a timeout on the floor with 4:21 remaining. We're coming right back. You're listening and watching Indiana SRN.
Every day, Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling keeps Hoosiers comfortable at home. When you see our bright orange trucks on the road or in your neighborhood, you know the Summers tradition of trust is alive and well. We deliver essential services where you need them, when you need them. We're trusted for quality service at fair prices. Plus, we do what it takes to keep you safe in a time like this. Just call Summers and enjoy the season at home in comfort.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the Indiana SRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Welcome back, everybody, here at Greenwood Christian Academy on this Saturday afternoon. This Class 1A battle between number 3 GCA and number 7 Waldron. And a foul on the outside. I think it's going to go against Bigelow. That'll be her second. She's got to be very careful, Drake.
Yeah, Ellie Bigelow is one of the most aggressive defensive players, and it's both great, but it can also kind of, bite her a little bit because she gets in foul trouble. They have to go to the bench, and they just have not a lot of experience today on the bench.
Only 2 players on the bench for Greenwood Christian Academy, and both of them are freshmen who have seen 0 varsity time this year.
Well, that was a great rebound from Garner.
The Mohawks getting 2 and 3 different chances. Let's see if the zone defense out front by Izzy Reed is snopping off that shot. Missed shot by Bogeman. Here comes Reed. Gives it off to Brooklyn Stubblefield. Now inside to Reed. Back outside for a 3 by Ellie Bigelow, and it couldn't come at a better time.
Yeah, and you're starting to see more and more people outside of just Stubblefield And Reed, Bigelow's really starting to catch fire here.
6 points on the day for Ellie Bigelow. 26-20, the biggest advantage of the game now for the Cougars. They're trying to get it inside for Larson. It's stolen away by Dory Odell. GCA coming the other way. Will stop, look for help. Bounce pass inside for Brooklyn.
Nice give and go.
And it goes off her hands and out of bounds, but they had a really good idea on the bounce pass from Izzy Reed to Brooklyn, but it went out of bounds.
You know, we haven't said her name scoring, Steve, Dory Odell, but boy, Waldron hasn't gone inside because she is commanding down there with defense, and she's been grabbing boards and stealing the ball. I mean, she's a disruptive force without even having to put the ball in the basket.
Yeah, they had to take Larson out of the game, Bella, that is. She has a sister on this team, but she's their big. Outside, they swing it from left to right is Nicole Garner. Almost stolen away there by Chloe Greider, picked up there by Shaw, who's off the bench and scoring 4 points for the Mohawks. 2.5 minutes remaining, and another steal. Here comes Izzy Reed down the middle, looking for help. Now it's blocked from the backside, picked up on the rebound there by Garner. Garner goes inside. It's cut off there at the pass by Dory Odell, but a shot outside is good. This is a three-pointer by Megan Bogeman.
Well, she's sunk 2 now. You know, she's been the ace out there on the perimeter for Waldron. They've really got to get a clamp on her.
8 points for her. 26-23 GCA with a lead. Chloe Greider from outside with a good open shot, no good. Pulled down on the rebound by Bogeman.
She needs to take that again if she gets the chance. That was very close.
She had a good look at it. Another three on the outside, and it rims out. And a tie-up underneath the basket. And I think the arrow will point to GCA.
Boy, Stubblefield took on 2 Waldron Mohawks there.
Yep.
And she almost pulled the ball away.
1:37 remaining here in a tightly knit game. 26-23 GCA with a lead.
Well, this game has been very fast-paced, too.
It has.
Down the floor, back down the floor, and down the floor again.
Couple of quick timeouts just to gather themselves, but again, GCA continuing to get that fast pace, which they are so used to. Ellie Bigelow with the basketball. 1:13. Here's Izzy Reed. Needs some help. Gives it off to Brooklyn Stubblefield outside. Shot in the air, no good. Rebounded there by Nicole Garner.
Well, really,
go ahead.
No, really outside of the free throws, they're making life pretty tough for Izzy.
Here's another three from outside. No good by Garner. Rebound by Bigelow. Coming up court as we go under 1 minute to play. Izzy Reed from outside for three. No good. Odell had it briefly, but it's taken away from her by Hadley Ross.
Well, who's going to get the last shot? I mean, Waldron's only down 3. Do they hold it the last 30 seconds? We're going to have to see.
Anthony Thomas making no moves as far as his instruction from the sideline for the Mohawks, but we have reached 25 seconds and counting. Inside they go. Shot in the air, no good. And they get a second chance at it. Up and good. This one scored by Shelby Fuel. 26-25 GCA with a 1 point lead and 10 seconds on the clock. Stubblefield, three on the way, no good. Other way, the Mohawks come with 4 seconds on the clock. To the basket, up and no good. We have reached the end of the first half of play with our score. Greenwood Christian Academy 26 and Waldron 25. You're watching Cougar Basketball, powered by Indiana SRN.
Piper Group Warehouse has a strong commitment to their clients as their logistics provider. If you would like to discover how you can improve your service levels while lowering your overall cost, Piper Logistics Group can help. Call Greg Piper today at 317-396-3916. Piper Logistics Group.
Well, the foundation was a dream that I had when I first took over as commissioner in 2011. And one of the first questions that was asked to me upon assuming the new job was, what are you going to do to help schools? And one of those was to try to help them financially. And so we've been working on this notion of trying to help schools financially, but at the same time, try to emphasize and accentuate the education side of athletics. And we like to call ourselves education-based athletics. Because of that, we're trying to fund programming that might not necessarily be funded by a member school, such as leadership training for student athletes, coaching education for our coaches, and those types of initiatives where we can expand our breadth and depth of what we're doing, and then try to help our member schools with the students that they serve.
Well, I just joined the foundation in September. I'm thrilled for the opportunity to be part of this team and part of this program. I love high school athletics. It's been meaningful for me, my family, and my children, and I'm just thrilled for the opportunity to be part of the team. Well, I feel so excited about this opportunity because we can make a difference. And I feel like when you come into this job, for me personally, you get a chance to go make a difference in this area of the state, in all three of our districts, from state line to state line.
I heard about the foundation from Bobby Cox, and he called me and said, would you be interested? Well, how do you say no to an organization that your father's been involved in? I've participated. I've given lectures to coaches on athletic training and participation. So I jumped at the opportunity to give something back to the IHSAA.
Well, the foundation's set up currently to start to provide programs for schools around the state, specifically for student leadership opportunities, coach, administrator, principal, superintendent development opportunities for them as well. So some of our future plans would include raising money so we can provide scholarships for students and deserving students, also provide grants to some of the schools around the state that don't have the resources that a lot of the other bigger schools may have.
Well, obviously sports is our world here at the Indianapolis Colts, and you can't work for a pro football team without being a huge proponent of sports in general. And the things that sports teaches young people, it mirrors life in a lot of ways. You know, it teaches teamwork and goal setting and perseverance, discipline, and it also teaches you the rewards of hard work. And there's such a high an adrenaline rush when you've achieved or been victorious or performed well after months, if not years, of preparation and hard work. And that's just one of the reasons that we support the IHSAA Foundation.
Yes, I think that quite clearly there are communities that have rallying, galvanizing impacts, and high school sports has always been that in the state of Indiana. But you also see that growing commitment around communities as they spend their evenings with their children as well as with the people that they know in their communities, and it really brings communities together. So I think that high school athletics has a significant role in positive development of our various communities around the state. You can't quite compete if you don't have the same equipment, you don't have the same resources, you don't have the same nutrition, you don't have the same sort of coaching, but you can elevate that by contributing to the IHSAA's foundation, which supports those initiatives.
Every young person deserves the opportunity just the same to participate and to be a part of things. And so the opportunity the foundation has to increase the role of student athletes in their community, to strengthen the relationship and the role and the effectiveness and the leadership of their coaches, to learn to be leaders. Being a part of a team is a great leadership development experience.
Women who are in board roles, women who are leading companies, guess what one of the number one alignment items is? Leadership in played high school and probably college sports. That matters, and both of those are education-based. So it had an impact on me. I'm now a businesswoman. I also coach basketball, but having to juggle education and sports and perform both at a high level is really, really a lesson learned for life.
Education-based athletics matters, the student and the athlete. We take that seriously, the student first, the athlete second. The field of play is an extension of the classroom where these kids are learning life lessons that they will take with them for the rest of their lives.
Athletics is an extension of the classroom. And how it impacted me, I had to learn how to operate on a team. And then as I became a captain, then I had to learn how to coach and guide my colleagues. Guess what? That then happened at work. 10 and 20 and now 30 years later. You have to learn how to show up and be on time. The bus leaves. If you're not there, you can't go. Many times, the discipline and the feedback isn't maybe as harsh as it is in the classroom, and it's very quick and potentially harsh, but kind and loving and wanting to get better in sports and on the field.
I think in high school athletics, you learn a lot about leadership. I was able to be a team captain for 3 years, and I learned so much that it's not just about the position, but it's about the influence that you're able to make towards a positive change with a mission greater than yourself. And that lesson for me has been able to apply to going to Notre Dame, being a team captain there, to going and playing 5 years professionally and a year in the NBA. And there's a difference in the resilience of the athletes that played high school athletics. And there's a difference in how they're able to bounce back the day after a tough loss, or they're able to bounce back after a coach corrects them on the thing that they need to do. And the resilience and the opportunity to be able to lead in that way is something that's going to carry well past, but be able to be learned better there than it can, in my opinion, any other place.
Well, our patrons can all go to our website and they can get involved with donating to the foundation. We like to call that investing. We're investing in young people, investing in our schools. And then our schools will have an opportunity to solicit funds in the forms of grants from our foundation board, and we will entertain those grants on an annual basis and make awards based upon those requests that we receive. And we want that to be an ongoing and a growing opportunity for not only our patrons that support us at our contest in our communities, but also our member schools to identify things they feel that are important in their schools and their communities where they need additional funding and support, and that's something that the foundation can be a part of.
Your home and office make up a big part of your world. Sometimes trying to manage it all on your own can make you feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. And when the weight of the world is on your shoulders, you need a strong back or two to come to your rescue and haul your stress away. You need the College Hunks. Whether it's time to clear some space for new memories, to reinvent the room around you, or to simply pack up and move into a fresh new beginning, you can count on the Hunks to bear your burden so you don't have to. Let us move you today.
Welcome back, everybody, here at Greenwood Christian Academy in Greenwood, Indiana. Steve McClure along with Drake Wally as we get you set for the second half. Right now, the GCA Cougars, Drake, with a 27-25 lead, and the pace will not stop, will it?
No, and you know the thing is, we were just talking about how ridiculously fast this game has been moving. Well, that's because there's been limited fouls. There hasn't been a whole lot of turnovers. The ball hasn't gone out of bounds. The clock just hasn't stopped. So we don't expect GCA to stop their pace, and we definitely don't expect Waldron to stop the pace. So we're going to see if GCA's limited roster can outlast Waldron's talented and full roster.
The biggest lead of the game for GCA was at 6 points, and Ever since then, it's been back down to 2 and 3 in just kind of game that we're facing here today. Again, Izzy Reed with a steal at the other end of the floor, up and off the glass and in. That's the way to start a second half.
Well, she just totally took the sails out, or the wind out of their sails. Going to be a blocking call on Stubblefield here. I think that's her second foul.
It will be her second, and now she, as well as Ellie Bigelow, playing with 2 personal fouls each. Just underway here in the third quarter. Waldron with the basketball. Looking for help is Ross outside. No good on the shot. Pulled down by Chloe Greider. Chloe Greider being inserted into the starting lineup today for the first time in the absence of Savannah Fry. She's done a good job.
Yes, she has, but I'm telling you, if she was able to even hit a single 3, it would put a totally different perspective in Waldron's eyes with how to play this team right now.
Well, the one thing I like about her is the fact that she's doing exactly what she's instructed to do out there.
Very true.
And she moves the ball quite well. Even without the basket, she does a nice job. Ellie Bigelow with it. Gets it inside to Izzy Reed. Double team. Now back outside to Ellie. Left corner they go. Up around the perimeter to Brooklyn.
Boy, there's so much. It's just unique how much the ball moves through Izzy Reed.
Yep. Here's Brooklyn. Left hand, no good. And Izzy Reed's going to get called for a foul. Reaching over the top, trying to get that rebound. That'll be her first.
Well, and you know, when you she's been double teamed the entire game, but she's doing a great job of being a distributor now. You know, she's getting the ball out of the post, kicking it back out for open shots. So we're going to see if she can, maybe generate a little bit more offense here.
Shelby Fuel reporting into the Waldron lineup, and Bella Larson comes out. Larson's been held to just 1 basket, and to the floor goes Fuel as she almost travels, but it's picked up on the steal there by GCA. Stubblefield gives it off to Bigelow. Inside they go. Izzy Reed double team. Now back out to Bigelow for a 3. No good. Rebound underneath by Izzy Reed. Hard to the floor. And she'll go to the free throw line again.
Well, that's how she's going to make an impact in this game. It's not going to be getting open because they've just got too much defense on her. She's been kicking out the ball, getting open threes, and then getting to the line and grabbing offensive boards the way that Izzy Reed does.
Nicole Garner picks up her second personal foul, the first here in the second half for Waldron. Free throw in the air by Reed is good, and she remains perfect at the stripe. Now 2, 4, 6, 7 for 7.
That's a lot of free throws, especially for just a half and only 2 minutes into the third quarter.
Second free throw coming now for Izzy Reed. It is good.
Wow.
And the lead goes back to 6 now, 31-25, Greenwood Christian Academy.
Well, and you're starting to see GCA kind of edge away with a little bit of a lead here. Let's see if they can build on it or if Waldron's about to, have something to say about it. No points in the second half yet from the
Garner
Mohawks.
being traveled. Garner gets by Izzy Reed off the glass and in. Nice hoop there by Nicole Garner.
Much needed basket for the Mohawks.
31-27 in favor of GCA. Missed at the other end by Ellie Bigelow. Short on the layup there, and the Mohawks have it.
Good defense from Hadley Ross.
Up the floor, Garner. Gives it off to Lauren Thomas. There's a whistle on the inside, but nothing stopped there. And it goes out of bounds, last touched by Greider, and it looks like the Mohawks will get it out underneath their own basket. Larson will trigger. Is it into Garner? Now inside they go. Almost loses control of it. Picked up there by Lauren Thomas. Stolen away by Izzy Reed. 3-on-2 break. And Brooklyn Stubblefield will bring it back up on top. Inside, looking for Izzy Reed, and it's out of bounds off the hands of Chloe Greider, just a little bit too far for her.
Well, she had a perfect idea. It's just that the pass wasn't executed as well as the idea, but that's really the first mistake Chloe's made the whole game.
31-27, the Cougars by 4. In this matchup between number 3 and number 7 in Class 1A. Outside Larson for a 3, no good. Rebounded there by Bogeman, and they'll get another chance at it.
Oh, wow,
and the
nice
ball
defense.
Stolen away from Larson and by Ellie Bigelow. Behind the back dribble. Left 4, Kreider. Now they'll go left wing. Bounce pass coming back to Bigelow. Underneath the basket, it goes out of bounds. Last touch there by the Mohawks. That's a big break there for GCA.
Well, GCA has played fantastic as far as moving the ball. Their efficiency is through the roof.
Here's Izzy Reed on the inbound pass. Gives it back to Grider. Now Bigelow handles outside the perimeter. Right wing, Grider by herself. Can't get it to go. Odell has the rebound. And a three from outside by Brooklyn. No. Pulled down there by the Mohawks.
Boy, Odell's got her fingerprints all over this game.
Garner with the basketball. Right corner shot in the air, no good by Bogeman. And it's picked up on the steal there by Stubblefield.
I can't believe
fight
that
for
wasn't
it.
a foul.
And it goes out of bounds, awarded to GCA.
Boy, that was very physical play from Waldron. It looked like a foul, but goes out of bounds, and GCA recovers the possession.
4 minutes exactly in this fast-moving game here at GCA today. The Cougars with a 4-point advantage over visiting Waldron. Inside,
wow.
More contact. Triple team that time, Izzy Reed. And the foul will go against the Mohawks. That'll be team foul number 2. And this will go against Hadley Ross, her first. Ball is stolen away. The Mohawks have it. 3-on-2 break down the middle. Shot in the air, up and good. This one by Megan Bogeman.
Well, and they're doing everything they can to shut Izzy Reed out of this game, and it's starting to translate to turnovers.
9 points, and the ball is stolen away once again. Picked up by Hadley Ross. And the Mohawks have a chance to either tie or go ahead. They trail 31-29.
Ooh, almost a travel.
Here's Larson from the free throw line, and she nails it, and we are tied again at 31 apiece. That's the 4th tie of the game.
Well, you know, you go to the well too many times, you're going to get caught, and I think that right here, right now, they need to maybe try to avoid getting Izzy the ball because Waldron is expecting it right now.
Yeah.
I mean, look at them, they're ready for it.
3 minutes exactly left here in the third quarter. All tied. Here's Izzy Reed underneath. Has it blocked away by Larson. And a foul trying to get it back is going to go against Reed.
And, this is what we were talking about. The first half of the game, they were playing very efficient. And the question mark was, how are they going to perform in the second half? And they might have to find somebody else just for the next couple possessions outside of number 12.
Mackenzie Shaw off the bench now for Coach Anthony Thomas. And coming out for rest is Hadley Ross. All tied at 31 apiece. As we go under 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter.
You know, everything being said, Izzy Reed only has 3 baskets. I mean, most of her points, if not all of them, come from free throws.
And what have we got underneath here?
That was on Chloe Grider, it looks like.
So Grider will pick up the foul. That's her second personal foul. There's a timeout on the floor with our score. Greenwood Christian 31, Waldron 31. We're back in a moment on SRN. Thanks to all of our sponsors who make this broadcast possible here on Indiana SRN, and we have a good one going here at Greenwood Christian Academy. The Mohawks, the visitor on the scoreboard, all tied against the Cougars, 31 apiece. And a drive to the hoop, and she'll get to the line twice. Nicole Garner. Let's see who this foul goes against. Ellie Bigelow, that'll be her third.
Well, you know, you got Gardner and Bogeman have been lights out in this game.
So here is Garner's first free throw in the air is good. And the Mohawks with a 1-point lead, 32-31. They're on a 7-point run here.
It's only the second time that the Mohawks have been to the free throw line the whole game.
Second free throw is also good. And the lead at 2, 33-31 in favor of Waldron. Press in the backcourt, and a foul going to be called against the Mohawks.
Well, I think you're going to see these defenses get more and more aggressive. This game is not going anywhere. I don't think anyone's going to run away with a lead.
This foul goes against Nicole Garner, her third, and team foul number 3. Mohawks with a 2-point lead, 33-31.
We were talking, Steve, they'd have to limit their fouls. The Cougars have done a great job of not getting in foul trouble.
Bounce pass intended for Izzy Reed is stolen away. The Mohawks have it and stolen right back by Bigelow.
She needs to slow down.
1-on-2 break. Waits for help. Bigelow, left hand, up, no good. Rebound by Larson. The Mohawks have it and have momentum. And a 2-point advantage, 33-31. Down the lane, shot in the air. Ryder picks up the foul. And Nicole Garner will go to the line twice.
Well, she just knocked down 2. Now you're seeing Waldron get a little more physical on offense and get themselves to the free throw line.
First free throw in the air, rims in. Now 3 for 3 at the line for Nicole Garner. She has 8 points, and the lead goes to 3, 34-31. Their biggest of the game. Second free throw on its way, also good. And with 1:39 remaining here in the third quarter, it's Waldron 35 and GCA 31. We've kind of been stuck on that 31. It was 31-26, so it's a 9-0 run for Waldron. Stubblefield has been scoreless here in this third quarter of play.
That's been really, really rough for GCA because they need her production. I mean, they are all over Izzy.
They've held GCA to just 5 points here in this third period.
I mean, if you look at Waldron's defense, they have all 5 girls surrounding the paint. At any time Izzy gets it, they can just convulge on her.
We got a foul underneath the basket as Izzy Reed goes hard to the floor. This foul will go against number 14, Mackenzie Shaw. Her first, and team foul number 6, so one more. And the Cougars will be in the 1-on-1. Here's Brooklyn Stubblefield. Top of the key, they give it off to Bigelow. And again, trying to work it into Izzy Reed, and they're pushing and outside Stubblefield for 3, no good. Rebounded there by Waldron. Bogeman pulls it down and they wait for help. Right corner. Bigelow on the defense there against Lauren Thomas. Driving underneath. And a travel against Waldron, and GCA will get it back here.
Well, that's a big break.
Let's see if they can turn this into a good offensive piece here. Brooklyn Stubblefield across the 10-second line, right wing extended. Inside they go to Izzy Reed. Looking, basket up, good.
Well, it's about time. I mean, Izzy really needed to get some points, but she had to go through about 4 of the Lady Mohawks to make that happen.
35-33 as we go under 20 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Hadley Ross. Now they give it outside for 3. No good there by Bogeman. Pulled down by Hadley. Brooklyn Stubblefield, no good. And we have reached the end of the third quarter with our score. Waldron 35, Greenwood Christian Academy 33. And you're watching Cougar Basketball, powered by Indiana SRN.
More fixing, more finding, more being original. Unique like this, trendy like that. More designing this, arranging that. More saving, and then more making it happen. More of your space looking like this, and more of you feeling like that. more excitement, more savings, more furniture, more rugs, more flooring, more affordable luxury from RG Decor.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the Indiana SRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get you set for the final quarter here at Greenwood Christian Academy. Right now, the Waldron Mohawks with a 2-point advantage, 35-33. GCA held to just 7 points, Drake, in that third period.
Well, and you know, we were talking about it. They have got their zones so tight around the paint that anytime Izzy gets the ball, they all converge on her, forcing the rest of the team to try to shoot. They just haven't gotten anything going here, so we're going to see if maybe Coach Weems changed up something. He's got Izzy out on the perimeter now.
First possession of the fourth quarter is in the hands of Greenwood Christian Academy. Dory Odell looking underneath for some help. And what we got here, a travel. Again, a double team down there with Larson along with Bogabin. And Odell was picking up that right foot.
Well, we're in the fourth quarter, and it's 35-33. I think it's safe to say that this is a defensive game, Steve.
I said that they were going to hold them to in the 50s. They would have an opportunity here, especially playing with only 7 players. 4 out with the quarantine. Brooklyn Stubblefield, again, has been held scoreless here in the second half. Here's Ellie Bigelow outside the perimeter. They get it inside to Izzy. Now back to Ellie. 7 minutes remaining. We're in the final period.
It's going to leave a lot of people open with as many of the Mohawks that converge on Izzy Reed.
Dory Odell running the baseline. Now they give it off to Izzy Reed in the middle. 3 outside, no good. Rebound underneath there by Mackenzie Shaw. And a foul in the backcourt against GCA.
Looks like it's on Stubblefield, I believe.
If so, that'll be her third personal foul. Bigelow playing with 3, as well as Chloe Greider. 35-33. Team foul number 6. And why are we shooting free throws? 6 is what I have for team foul number 6. We should not be shooting free throws, should we? Okay, it's team foul number 7. So we will be shooting free throws. I tried to talk them into it.
Yeah, they had to, I don't, even as quiet as it is, I don't think they heard you.
Mackenzie Shaw at the line now with the 1-and-1. She has 4 points in the game off the bench. First free throw is good.
Yeah, the bench presence has definitely been.
They are 5 for 5 at the stripe as a team. Shaw with the second one coming here. In the air is up and good. And the lead goes to 4, 37-33.
Still a very slim lead. Very good, easy for GCA to get back in this. They just need a bucket.
They're into the floor. Stubblefield playing a little pass here with Greider. Now they give it off to Ellie, left side. 3 in the air by Stubblefield. Rims in and out. Pulled down on the rebound there by Shaw. Ahead they come. Garner almost loses control. Now down the floor they come. Shot in the air, up and good. And Megan Bogeman has given the Mohawks their biggest lead of the game, 39-33.
All the momentum right now is with the Lady Mohawks, and there just has to be an urgency from GCA right now to get something on the board.
Izzy Reed looking for help. Now back to Ellie Bigelow. Swings it to the right side. Again, nothing has been easy here in the second half for GCA. They led at the end of 17-13, 26-25 at the half. But here's a reach-in foul against the Mohawks. This will be team foul number 5.
Boy, I tell you what, Izzy Reed is a master at getting contact to generate. She just, she kind of shucked her arm with a pass and still got the foul.
5.5 minutes remaining. Here's Stubblefield from outside for a triple, and it couldn't come at a better time.
Probably the most important shot of the game thus far for GCA. They got to get a defensive stop, though.
39-36, Waldron with a three-point advantage. Larison gives it back out front to Garner. Toward the middle. Picked up on the defense by Odell. Starts to move to her right. Now brings it in toward the middle. Outside they go. Hadley Thomas, three in the air, no good. Rebounded by Izzy Reed. Let's go with GCA now. Other way. After Brooklyn had just hit that three. Inside, Odell, shot in the air, good! Dory Odell with her first bucket of the game off the assist from Brooklyn Stubblefield. 39-38.
They'll take anything they can get, and Dory Odell just gave them a huge boost.
Right here underneath the basket, as we watch Waldron with a 1-point lead. 39-38. 4.5 minutes remaining. Shot in the air, up and no good. Gets their own rebound. In the air, up and good goes Larson. Second and third tries, the Mohawks have been successful with that today. 41-38. And Bigelow at the other end can't get it to go. Goes out of bounds. And awarded to, and a foul in the backcourt as well. This will go against Bigelow, I do believe. And we'll march to the other end of the floor. Going to the free throw line will be Mackenzie Shaw. She's 2 for 2 at the stripe today with 6 points. 1-1 here. That was the fourth personal foul against Bigelow. Free throw by McShaw is good, and they remain, Drake, perfect at the line. 7 for 7.
Oh, and Shaw has provided a huge boost off the bench.
She has.
Done a wonderful job.
Second free throw in the air, also good. And the lead goes back to 5, 43-38. Shaw will come out. And back in the game now is Bogeman. Here's Stubblefield from outside. A whistle and a timeout going to be called by head coach Alan Weems, our score, with 4:06 remaining. Waldron 43 and GCA 38.
Faith in a company is extremely important, and Johnson Mello puts their money where their mouth is. In the past several years, we've, as a company, had tithed in which is pretty unheard of.
Things from donating equipment to churches, helping non-for-profits, helping wounded warriors, working with the Catholic community, the churches, a lot of people that may be even struggling that help daycares, help children come into this industry. So we do a lot of donations back to the community, but also our workers and our team also helps in those projects.
Congratulations go out to the Covenant Christian Warriors. They are the Class 1A state champion with a 41-40 exciting win today over South Adams down at Lucas Oil Stadium. Couldn't be prouder of them.
Pretty good for only being your 6th year with the football team.
Here's Izzy Reed going to the free throw line off of the team foul number 6. And Izzy continues to be perfect at the line today. 5, 7, 9 out of 9.
It's incredible.
That foul goes against Hadley Ross, her 3rd. Second free throw is no good. And Waldron, now with a 4-point lead, comes forward. Bogeman outside for 3. Shot in the air is good.
She's been a sniper, Steve.
Megan Bogeman with her 1-2-3rd triple of the game. Here's Ellie Bigelow from the left corner for a 3 as she matches it. The lead now at 4, 46-42, 3.5 minutes remaining.
Her and Stubblefield have each hit 2 trays.
We're in the final stanza here at Greenwood Christian Academy. Steve McClure along with Drake Wally. Thanks again for joining us on SRN. As exciting at a game as we anticipated. Number 3 against number 7. Here's Larson from way outside, no good. Rebounded by Stubblefield. 2-on-2 break. Stubblefield to Lori O'Bell, needs help. Now she gives off to Chloe Grider. Inside to Izzy. Back outside they come. Izzy Reed, triple team, ball stolen away. And the Mohawks come up with it. That should have been a foul right there.
Yeah, and you got 2 hands as opposed to 6. It's really hard to keep the ball in your hands.
46-42 with 2:43 remaining in our game. We'll keep things right here. And again, when you take a look at these two teams as coming into today's game at 4-0 Waldron and Greenwood Christian at 4-1, and what they have ahead of us, because as you well know, Drake, the front portion of the schedule is always heavy loaded, and between now and the holiday period, Greenwood Christian has games set to go against Edinburgh, Covenant Christian, Bethesda Christian, and then a holiday tournament with Union City. So again, it's just a matter of trying to keep these kids healthy and keep them playing basketball.
Well, and it's even more important when you have, it's always important, but it's even more so important when you have fewer players. And even with Carlson and Fry, they are very, very small as far as how many, short-staffed, if you will. So it's even more important, and as you can see, it kind of hampers you if you have a couple people who have to be quarantined, because then you got to bring freshmen in, to kind of occupy the bench space. But give the Cougars credit, Steve. They've stayed out of foul trouble against a very physical and fast-paced team. So.
Yep, they have, and Anthony Thomas has used his bench very wisely today as far as the Mohawks are concerned, and pretty much has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players in the scoring column for the Mohawks. 46-42 with 2.5 minutes remaining. Waldron with the basketball. They start to move it toward the middle to get Cole Garner, and they'll take a little time off the clock as Grider goes out to guard there. Lauren Thomas inside. Shot in the air, up and no good off of the miss by Hadley Thomas. Pulled down by Izzy Reed.
Boy, Odell has been a brick wall in the paint today.
Ellie Bigelow gives it off to Izzy, top of the key. Now back to Grider. They continue to move the ball from right to left. Bigelow outside the perimeter, left side. Now they go inside to Grider. Shot in the air, no good by Izzy Reed, but she'll get to the line for 2.
It was a very nice pass from Chloe Grider.
Yep.
She was actually able to get Izzy Reed open, which today has been rare. But Izzy Reed going for number, I believe, 11 and 12.
So this will be the 4th foul against Nicole Garner. 2 shots coming here for Izzy Reed. First one in the air rolls in. Ten out of 11 at the line for Izzy Reed. 46-43, trying to cut this to 1 basket here. Second free throw is nothing but net. And the margin now at 2 points. We need a steal here with under 2 minutes to go in the play. Waldron trying to pull off this upset today at Greenwood Christian Academy. Izzy Reed going to get called for a foul on the outside.
Well, and the GCA faithful didn't like it when Izzy kind of fell down.
Yep, that's
didn't
what
get
happened.
a foul, but she lost her footing and got a little too aggressive there.
Garner goes to the free throw line here. 1-1. She's 4 for 4 at the stripe thus far today.
Boy, what a game.
First free throw up and good. Boy, they used every part of the rim to roll these things in. She is now 5 for 5 at the line. Nicole Garner's second free throw up and no good. Rebound underneath by Izzy Reed. And in the backcourt, a foul against Bella Larson. So we'll march to the other end of the floor and watch Izzy Reed shoot free throws.
Probably the most, I think the most admirable thing that Izzy Reed does the best is her rebounding. And that's saying something because she's a scoring machine. Her rebounding is unprecedented.
So they're still in the 1-and-1. That is team foul number 8 against Waldron. Let's watch now as Izzy Reed approaches the free throw line. It's good. 47-45, Waldron with the 2-point lead. Free throw here can cut it to 1. Waldron's biggest lead was at 6. Second free throw by Reed, also nothing but net. And we're down to a single marker. 1:44 remaining. Let's see if we can get Waldron to make a mistake here on the defense.
And we need to watch Bogeman, because if she hits a 3, that is going to be a big problem for the Cougars.
Coming outside, looking for help. Larson, top of the key. Now they swing it, take a little bit of time off the clock. 1:22 remaining here in the final period. Garner in a little bit of trouble. Now finds help from Larson. Larson hands it off to Bogeman. Double teamed as Izzy Reed is chasing. And a foul on the outside. And the Mohawks will shoot free throws. This will go against Izzy Reed. And that'll be her 4th personal foul. We got to keep her in the game.
Yes, but and the thing is, you got to keep her in until the last second, because it's going to be a 1-possession game all the way to the end.
Here is team foul number 10, so 2 shots coming here for Nicole Garner. First free throw is good. They have capitalized, Drake, at the line today.
Yes, they have. They've done a good job of converting their chances, and so is GCA.
They are now 10 for 10 at the line. Second free throw is no good. 10 out of 12 at the line.
Oh, Ellie Bigelow didn't grab the ball. She thought it was out on Waldron, and she just let it skip, and it was actually out on her.
So with 1:07 remaining, and Waldron hanging on to a 2-point advantage, 48-46, and they're going to get it out underneath their own basket as we watch it come in underneath us. Waldron trying to take time off the clock here. Trying to force the Cougars into a foul.
Ellie needs to be very careful not to get that 5th foul.
Right.
Very, very careful here.
There's Stubblefield. She's going to pick up personal foul number 4 off the attempted steal on the outside there. And so going to the free throw line will be Lauren Thomas. Her first opportunity at the stripe today. 2 shots coming, and Waldron continues with a 2-point lead, 48-46. First free throw is good.
Yeah, it definitely needs to be given. The credit needs to be given to Mackenzie Shaw, to Nicole Garner, to Lauren Thomas. I mean, all 3 of these girls have just capitalized 100% on the chances they get at the line.
49-46. Second free throw by Thomas is no good. And it's rebounded by Izzy Reed. Down by 3, 50 seconds remaining. Bigelow looking for Brooklyn Stubblefield. Inside they go. Izzy Reed trying to get the bucket up and good! And a timeout on the floor for GCA. Trailing by just 1, 49-48, and we'll keep things right here. Just a big thank you goes out today to Precision Rings of Indianapolis, a custom manufacturer of piston rings and seal rings with over 70 years of experience and a thorough knowledge of our products and applications. Precision Rings provides our customers with the finest quality and responsive service. Precision Rings Incorporated has always remained true to our fundamental principles of quality, dependable service, and delivery. We're coming down to it, Drake Wally.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm so excited because of how close this game is. This is exactly what we wanted. And, this is where GCA must have a stop. But, for the love of goodness, Ellie Bigelow cannot get a foul.
Full court press being applied here by GCA. A 1-point advantage for the Waldron Mohawks as they bring it across the 10-second line. And a whistle. And a foul out front. This will go against Ryder. And that'll be her 4th personal foul. So once again, back to the free throw line. This will be Nicole Garner. 6 out of 8 thus far today. First one in the air is good.
Pretty good percentage.
So Garner giving the Mohawks a 2-point lead here. Second free throw in the air is also good. And a timeout on the floor with just 33 seconds remaining on our score. Waldron 58-51, GCA 48. We're back in a moment on SRN.
More fixing, more finding, more being original. Unique like this, trendy like that. More designing this, arranging that. More saving, and then more making it happen. More of your space looking like this, and more of you feeling like that. More excitement, more savings, more furniture, more rugs, more flooring. More affordable luxury from RG Decor.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the Indiana SRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Back here at Greenwood Christian Academy in the final 33 seconds of play, and the Cougars are down by 3, 51-48. Bigelow goes inside to Izzy Reed, can't get a shot off. Now they bring it up on top, 20 seconds. And a ball off the hands of Larson. And the Cougars will get another chance here.
Yep, they got lucky. That was a little bit of luck on their side.
16.6 remaining. We're in the final period. Waldron with a 3-point advantage. Ellie Bigelow. Here's Bigelow. Top of the key for 3. No good. Rebound underneath Larson. And underneath the Mohawks will bring it forward. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Larson out front. And that'll do it.
What a game.
Our final score today. It's the Waldron Mohawks 51 and Greenwood Christian Academy 48. Back with a postgame show in just a moment. You're listening and watching Cougar Basketball, powered by Indiana SRN.
Piper Group Warehouse has a strong commitment to their clients as their logistics provider. If you would like to discover how you can improve your service levels while lowering your overall cost, Piper Logistics Group can help. Call Greg Piper today at 317-396-3916. Piper Logistics Group.
With our final time here at Greenwood Christian Academy, Steve McClure along with Drake Wally. Thanks for joining us here on SRN, and a very exciting basketball game it was, as the Waldron Mohawks, who came into today's game, Drake, with a record of 4-0, improving now to 5-0 on the season, and going up against a shorthanded Greenwood Christian Academy team. And certainly Alan Weems and his staff would never make excuses because they were in this game from the get-go.
Well, and you know, this is a coach that puts his team up against the toughest competition, and so he's always ready for this kind of adversity. And you know, let's give Chloe Grider some credit. She came in, stepped into a starting role, and I know Dory Odell only has 2 points on the box score, but boy, she was impressive. She forced a lot of out passes. I mean, Waldron couldn't even get the ball inside, and Izzy Reed was just hacked and double teamed and everything all game. So it was a grind fest and great game, and you know, definitely a defensive game at the end of the day, Steve.
Well, again, this is a team that the Cougars could face when the regional rolls around next year in the month of March, but we're a long way off from that. But as far as this GCA team is concerned, playing with only five players today, no substitutions. The 2 that they did have on the bench were first-time varsity players from the freshman squad, and certainly playing without the services of Savannah Fry as well as Kirsten Carlson and some of the other players that we normally see off the bench.
Well, and I think that's I'm not going to say anything like it, but that's kind of how I think Waldron was able to get this, because if Savannah Fry's out there, you have a whole different element to the game that's out there, and it's also worth noting that the bench players, a couple of brand new players. In fact, I think it was I believe it was Ellie Sloan and Emily Heldman.
Right.
Give them credit. They were there, and they were really there in case someone fouled out. So 5 on 10, and they almost beat them.
Well, there you go. Let's take a look at our scoring summary just very briefly before we sign off for today. Again, Waldron with this 51-48 victory today improves on the season to 5-0, and they are led in scoring with 13 points by Nicole Garner. 8 points for Mackenzie Shaw off the bench, and the Waldron Mohawks again were 13 out of 16 at the charity stripe today, and those are 13 big points, enabling them to pull off this 3-point margin today. Leading the way for the GCA Cougars, who fall to 4-2 on the season with a well-earned 23 points, is their top scorer in senior forward Izzy Reed. 14 points for Brooklyn Stubblefield and 9 points for Ellie Bigelow. By quarters, Waldron 13 in the first, 12 in the second, 10 in the third, and 16 in the final stanza for 51 points. For Greenwood Christian, 17 in the first, 9 in the second, 7 points in the third quarter, and 15 points in the final period for 48 points. The Cougars now will be off until December the 10th, and they'll be traveling to Johnson County rival Edinburgh, who they've already beaten once this year in the Johnson County tournament back on the 17th of November. But again, I had questioned the fact that, since they'd already played Edinburgh, might they postpone that game? Well, no, they want as many games as they can get right now. So,
that's right.
Again, that'll be their next game on December the 10th. As far as Walden is concerned, they will be back in action next week on December the 4th when they play Class 3A Triton Central, which is a team that the Cougars have already beaten this season. Drake, final comments.
Well, I was going to actually mention something here. At the end, it was something that I saw. Coach Anthony Thomas had stopped Izzy Reed, and they were having a little chit-chat and kind of laughing, and he was, I can only assume, just telling her how good she was. And, it's worth noting she put up, just from the free throw line, about a fourth of the team's points. So, great effort from everybody, and GCA was undermanned and kind of, understaffed, and they almost got the win, and I think that both these teams are going to meet a little bit later in postseason. What do you think?
I think so, too, and that'll be here before you know it. But
Absolutely.
Again, we thank you for joining us here on SRN this afternoon, and hope all of you had a great Thanksgiving with friends and family. And again, our thanks go out to all of our sponsors who make this broadcast possible. Without them, we would not be here. Once again, our final score today, it's the Waldron Mohawks 51 and Greenwood Christian Academy 48. And until next time, on behalf of my broadcast partner and good friend Drake Wally and the entire SRN Sports team, Steve McClure reminding you he lives for you and for me. Good night, everybody.